Is it true that we actually know where the Ark of the Covenant is right now? Yes, there have been all sorts of theories on this, but today I'm going to back up everything I say with scripture. And for the cherry on top, I'm actually going to give you more extra biblical context to prove my point, so buckle up. The last time that the Ark of the Covenant was mentioned in the Bible was 2 Chronicles 35 and 2 Kings 23. King Josiah instructed the Levites to place the Ark in the temple of God and to leave it there. We fast forward 25 years after this, and King Nebuchadnezzar captures Jerusalem. And y'all know Nebuchadnezzar, right? He's the one who brought Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego to Babylon after Jerusalem was captured. But when this was taking place, the Bible is clear about what was taken from the temple. But three things are not mentioned: the ark, the table of showbread, and the altar of incense, the three most important temple items. When Nebuchadnezzar's army surrounded Jerusalem, they built what were called siege works around the city walls, which took a little bit of time. Now, it's important to understand that history shows that it would usually take many months to capture a city, so this wasn't a quick process whatsoever. It was during this time that the prophet Jeremiah repeatedly told the king and the servants of God that King Neb was coming. God actually said so in Jeremiah 38 verse 3. So since they had this warning, and knowing how sacred the ark and these other items were, it only makes the most sense that these servants of God hid these items before the city was taken, because there was nowhere to take it outside of the city. Makes sense, right? And if for some reason maybe you think King Neb did take the ark, let me remind you that he was well aware of what happened the last time someone took the ark. The Philistines were cursed and immediately returned it with gifts. So no, that's not logical to assume. Another suggestion is that maybe the ark was destroyed. But that theory doesn't work either, because in Revelation 11:19, the ark will be seen in the heavenly temple after the end of the age and when Jesus returns. And also, how can someone destroy something that they can't touch? So, Mitch, what is the most likely scenario then? Well, the most plausible explanation is that the ark was hidden somewhere within the walls of Jerusalem. But just in case you need more context, let's check out the book of 2 Maccabees chapter 2. Just listen to this. And Jeremiah came and found a cave, and he brought there the tent and the ark and the altar of incense, and he sealed up the entrance. Some of those who followed him came up to mark the way, but could not find it. When Jeremiah learned of it, he rebuked them and declared, "The place shall be unknown until God gathers his people together again and shows his mercy." Yeah. This is really fascinating, because there is only one cave in all of Jerusalem, and that is Zedekiah's cave. Not only is it within the walls of Jerusalem, but archaeologists have discovered that it's actually accessible within the city. The entrance of the cave is only 300 feet away from where Christ was crucified, and I'm going to come back to that in a second. But in 1874, guess what was found at the northern part of this cave on the wall? A 10 by 14 inch carving of a cherub. But why is this significant? Because it was the same one that surrounded the walls of the Holy of Holies in the temple of God. Some of those who followed him came up to mark the way, remember? With this discovery, along with the clear indication from the book of Maccabees of where the ark was placed, and also that Zedekiah's cave was within the city walls, we can logically and clearly assume that the ark is hidden there. And don't you find it interesting that on top of all of this, we have the eyewitness testimony from archaeologist Ron Wyatt, who said to have found the Ark of the Covenant in this same cave in 1982. If you saw my last few videos in this series, then you already know all about that. The Ark is located about 20 feet below Christ's crucifixion site. And we know this not only because of Ron's findings, but based on biblical texts that Jesus was crucified along the Calvary escarpment. Pause to read. And here's the part that literally seals the deal. The biblical description of where Christ was crucified is very close to the entrance of Zedekiah's cave. Once Ron and his team were able to clear out the main chamber where the ark was, they were able to follow a passage that led back to the main cave. It came out only a few feet of where the carving of the cherub was found. The entrance was sealed up with rocks and clay, so no one knew it was there until it was discovered in 1982. Remember 2 Maccabees 2 verse 5, then he sealed up the entrance. And do I even need to mention the significance of Christ's blood falling onto the mercy seat of the Ark of the Covenant, thus fulfilling the law? How many coincidences need to happen in order for a logical outcome to be observed? If you ask me, the Ark is there in Zedekiah's cave right now, and God has a specific time in which it will be revealed to the world. And why? Because of his mercy, and so that people will turn back to him. If you want me to make a part 2 on this, go ahead and give me a follow and drop a comment below.